Grüß, willkommen in einem anderen Aufregens video. Welcome to another exciting video, in this case, episode 5 of my Star Trek, the original series, speculation series of videos. In this video, I'll discuss money in the universe of the original series and the animated series. This series of videos will differ from my previous in the different level of speculation required. I'll cover topics of interest where I simply lack sufficient evidence to create a credible and holistic view. So instead, I will take the facts that I have, the minimal facts, and backfill the many gaps, with my speculation. I could be totally wrong, but what I'll come up with will not conflict with the canon of Star Trek, the original series or the animated series, so it could be correct. In this video, I'll be covering the concept of money in the world of the original series. Does the United Earth and Federation use money? In the Star Trek Next Generation, a lot is made of the fact the Federation does not use money. While this is, in fact, an interesting area of discussion in its own right, however, the evidence of some form of currency being used in the original series Federation is too strong. I doubt this applies for the original series. As I'm not discussing the Next Generation series, I'll ignore those references. Instead, the question I want to answer is money a thing in the world of the original generation and animated series? While I don't wish to go down too far this particular rat hole, we need to ask, what does an economy look like without any currency or money in it? The only economy which may operate without currency would be a true post-scarcity economy, which in itself is a highly unstable economic system. I must admit it could operate for a period of time unless the ultimate scarce resource of energy becomes an issue. So let's put that to one side. What would that kind of world look like? The simplest post-scarcity economy or economic system would be one based on AI and robots, a world where robots do all the work, including their own maintenance. You basically create a machine-centric society which has as its objective the looking after of humans. To avoid some crazy person doing something stupid, a lot of rules and controls would need to be put into place. That is, the robots and AI would have to follow a whole bunch of rules to control the behavior of humans to make sure that the humans don't cause the system to collapse. In simple terms, you end up with the world that Jack Williamson describes in his Humanoid series, which is truly a post-scarcity world which has no need of money. Anyone who wants such a world should be advised to read the books, as while in the end the humans accept this world, the one thing they have to give up is freedom in order to become part of this world. Let's ignore a AI but robot-based civilization for now. Thus, any civilization which does not use robots and AI to do everything needs people to do something in order to maintain that civilization, and you need some way of making those people to do that work and take responsibility for doing that activity to a certain standard. While it's true you could compel people to do the required task, but understand to compel means there is a punishment for not doing it. You end up with a slave-based civilization for at least those people which have to do whatever is required to maintain the civilization. That could work, but I'll be honest, it kind of sucks. Of course, the other way is to provide a reward for doing that work, which could be in currency, goods, entertainment, or pleasure. The novel Brave New World provides an example of this without the use of a currency. However, again, not my cup of tea, but some people may enjoy getting their regular dose of soma. I've also heard the argument that the currency, or pseudo-currency, would be respect or honour. While people like respect and they like honour, this is not a suitable model for anything beyond our distorted view of Victorian Europe, or even Napoleonic Europe, where the gentlemen have to shoot themselves because they have not lived up to a certain standard of honour. People will die for their family, town and country, but they will not continue to work in the sewer for the honour of the sanitation department. I will leave those particular fantasies to those who like romantic adventure novels. It should be noted that in any economic system, some goods and services are always provided for free, such as healthcare in European countries today. This is paid for by the young and healthy, thus there is a limit to how much of this service can be provided, but in theory it's theoretically limitless. Of course, the result is queuing, which does replace the concept of money. And as the economy becomes larger and each citizen more wealthy, more and more of these theoretical limitless services may be provided for free. I can see that in the world of Star Trek, basic requirements like food, clothing and shelter could be provided for free, but these would be limited by rationing in some way. Just on a side note, which I'll cover in another video, I have a strong suspicion life on Earth up to the time of Kirk was not particularly pleasant. Perhaps it resembles a wartime economy where currency may not have existed, but the all-important ration book does. I could be wrong, but I'll investigate that topic in my next video. Let's move on with this particular video. As far as I can work out, I see no evidence in the world of the original series or the animated series that they live in a post-scarcity world which does not use currency. Now let's look for evidence of currency and money in the series script, just to confirm this. In the episode Errant of Mercy, Kirk says the Federation has invested a great deal of money in their training. If it was time and effort, Kirk would have said so. Instead, he specifically said money. In the episode The Trouble with Tribbles, Uhura says the only love that money can buy is tribbles. I have to assume Uhura purchased the tribble with money, which she had to get from somewhere. Also in the same episode, Jones requires credits for his tribbles. Eventually 6 credits to the barman and 10 credits for customers is agreed. In the episode Mudd's Passion, Mudd wants 300 credits for his attractiveness drug. In the episodes Pirates of Orion, Kirk mentions the concept of a standard weight container of dilithium as payment for a drug. Perhaps currency is backed by dilithium. On the other hand, this could be a standard currency for payment between different economies, or so how the way gold worked for trade when most currencies were backed by gold. In the episode Mudd's Woman, Kirk was going to pay for lithium in this episode, or actually dilithium crystals. What was he going to pay with? I also suspect Mudd was going to charge something for providing wives to the settlers as well. In the episode Who Mourns for Adonis, according to Kirk, Chekhov gets paid, by the looks of it, each week. In the episode The Doomsday Machine, it seems that even Scotty is being paid, once again, for each week of work. According to the episode I Mudd, there are even royalties in the world of Star Trek, as well as payment for those royalties. In the episode Requiem for Methuselah, Kirk was prepared to pay for a drug to save Spock. What was he going to use? In the episode Catspaw, DeSalle is betting credits, which likely is a currency, that he can make a dent in the field which surrounds the Enterprise. This could be the name of the currency the Federation uses, which is credits, which we've heard before. While in this reference we're talking about the Mirror Universe, that's the episode Mirror Mirror, where the evil empire exists, they also use credits. Based on all these references, at least in the original series and the animated series, the evidence is reasonably clear. The Federation does use currency, called credits, which may be backed by dilithium. And so we come to an end of episode 5, my Star Trek, the original series history speculation series of videos, in this case discussing the money, or as the bar lady would say, no money, no honey. The episode scripts can be found using the URL shown, alle guten Dingen, kommen zu einem, Ende.